Hello, hello, everybody! Welcome to our first Dungeons and Dragons Heroes Graveyard. I am lagging a little bit from having to broadcast on all of these things, but we'll make do. Welcome to our. So while I am catching up on my own buffering side, Neil, could you go ahead and introduce where our location is?
Hello, everybody. I'm Neil. I'm going to be one of your DMs for this campaign. This story takes place in the Forgotten Realms on the western coast of I believe it's called the Sword Coast. The players are going to be on an island that has appeared pretty much out of nowhere, slowly started to drift east towards the Sword Coast. This island was first discovered by sailors cruising around, and it was seen that this place is filled with an ancient ruin. As people came to the island and started to look around, they have discovered a lot of ancient wealth lying about and entire towns abandoned. So people did what they do best. They set up shop in someone else's home and started taking all of their things. And as they've started to plunder this ancient civilization, monsters have started to appear. And so people like you have been brought on to solve the problems caused by these monsters and to explore this wonderfully rich and diverse island. It's about 300 miles on a side, although it's not a square island, making it about the size of Schultz, where the Tomb of Annihilation is. We might see some crossovers there down the line, maybe. No promises.
Yeah, so speaking of Tomb Annihilation, Koibu and I kind of discussed a lot of the details of this over at the Stream of Annihilation event a few months ago. So this is 5th edition, and we kind of decided, all right, it would be kind of cool to have a really lethal campaign where one of us is the evil DM, that would be me, I'll be controlling all the monsters, and Koibu is the traditional DM, I'm going to be doing the storytelling and all the narration and whatnot. We've got a great cast today. Let's go ahead and introduce them all. So first of all, Destiny, tell us about yourself, tell us about your character.
My name is Destiny. I stream video games on Twitch TV. This will be the first time I've ever played D&D before. And my character is kind of a little edgister. His name is Wander, and he is a wanderer. He just kind of looks out for himself. I think he was raised in the out of civilization by people. And yeah, he just kind of is a dude that walks around and takes jobs, and he just kind of looks out for himself. That's what he does. But deep down inside, he's a really good person. Okay.
Cool.
Who laughed at my character?
All of us. Anna, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hey, I'm Anna Prosser Robinson. You may have seen me on this channel if you're watching on D&D before, because I play on this channel sometimes. And I'm on Dice Camera Action as well as Misclick's Devotion, which Neil is my DM and Trump is my co-player. And they've been talking about having me on so they can kill me for a long time, so I don't have high expectations. But I am actually resurrecting a character that I played during the Stream of Annihilation for Dungeons and Dragons. Her name is Lapis, and she is a cleric of the life domain. And she just really wants to help everybody just balance themselves and find holistic healing. And she's got a remedy for everything. So just don't worry and just chill and think about your energy,
Very nice. Next up, we've got Destiny and Amnesiac are both kind of new to Dungeons and Dragons, so we're here to welcome them into the most brutal campaign they can join, pretty much. Tell us about your character and yourself, Amnesiac.
Hey, I'm Will, or Amnesiac. I play Hearthstone professionally for Energy, and my character's name is Dench. He's a half-orc, and he was raised as a barbarian and loves the thrill of battle, but he's a traveling flute salesman. But he doesn't do it for money. He does it for his passion of being a flautist.
Aww.
Oh, I love your character.
What was his name?
Dench.
Dench.
That's good news. Those of you who are rooting for Team Smork, Amnesiac's your boy. And finally, we have Rachel. Seltzer, please. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name's Rachel. I host esports and gaming events all around the world. In fact, I'm coming to you from my lovely hotel room in Montreal, and if I survive, you will see the insides of many other lovely hotel rooms. But my character, her name is Johanna, and she's a bit of an idiot. She's 16 and like kind of new out in the world and just really just figuring stuff out, right? I mean, she didn't really want to leave home, but she did. She didn't want to be alone, so she's never going to be alone again. And yeah, she's just really happy to be traveling with you guys. You know, wherever we're going, she'll find a way to help out.
Great. Well, let's see. We're going to soon be moving onto the map phase where you're going to see these players pick from our bulletin board of quests. The next time you see me, I may just be trying to kill all of you. All right, you guys have fun.
Okay, so we are here at the quest board. I hope everyone's looking at Roll20. There are 4 quests on here, given to you by 4 different people. This is in the middle of the town that you guys are in. This town is called Ruin, named after the ruins that people found here. So, which of these quests look good to you? What would you like to start this week's campaign with?
Look, when I am expecting a shipment of crystals and tinctures and they don't arrive, it just like really hurts my business, and I feel terrible that happened to Laura, the bartender. I think we should help her out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down for it. Whatever you want to do.
I think it looks like a pretty easy job. Sure.
Yeah, Dench is just along for the ride, so let's get involved.
All right. How would you like to start this quest?
Well, how do we all know each other?
That is a good question, but we should probably solve it very quickly. So, how do you know each other?
Maybe we all took like a exercise class together once and we just realized that we have like really compatible energies, you know?
Lapis never told me to go away, so I mean.
I'm just teaching her about like balancing her jubla.
So maybe Wander and Dench like walked into a place expecting it to be like some sort of fighting arena, and everyone was doing calisthenics to start up, and then it just turned into an exercise class, and now you're all like standing together in the middle of town.
Well, I showed up, and then I realized that it was a great place for the flute business, and I just stuck around after that.
Sure, and I'll say I showed up looking for work, and I see it posted on the little quest board, and I see other people doing it. I figured it's easier to work as a team, so.
Perfect. Well, you guys all know each other now, and I think it's off to Laura the bartender's place in order to get the details. So you find your way through Ruin to the Shamrock Saloon, which is the name of our tavern here. And there's Laura. She's a 50-something-year-old woman, white hair, kind of frazzled a little bit, hanging out behind her head. And she's leaning over the bar talking to what appears to be like a couple who are very drunk. And she's, talking about how he's not really cleaning out the garden like he was supposed to. But Laura like pops up and sees you and kind of gives you a wave and like come on over here, save me from this conversation.
I'm just looking around everywhere. Every time there's a lot of things going on, it's very distracting. I've really not been in probably even a place this big or seen this many people, I think, ever before.
I think I would approach her and try to kind of speed things along and get to the point, be pretty short with her to try to figure out what exactly she needs done.
Well, what would you say to her?
I think I'd go with the clean, do you want to buy a flute segue? And then kind of work from there. I mean, it's a really solid conversation starter. Like, it's very widely applicable. So, yeah.
No, thank you. I am in the business of selling things, not buying things so much. But you look like you're carrying a maul, and you look like you got a sword. Maybe you can help me out. Maybe you've seen the board posted in town.
Yeah, we've seen the board, and I do have a maul.
You guys interested in going and figuring out what happened to that beer?
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah.
I find that doing things for others just really helps me cleanse my chi, and so I think this is a great thing to do for you, Laura. And I kind of just like, I'm like waving my hand like around her face. Like I'm not touching it, I'm just kind of like feeling her energy.
Well, aren't you special, dear? Robert is my contact up in Yig Yig. You just